2021 Dodge Durango Hellcat. Would you buy one? One, is it worth the buy? And what kind of value do you see it holding? Because they're only making it 1 year, right? So what kind of value do you see it holding, you know what I'm saying, in the future? Illest the Ills, man, I want to hear what you got to say about that.
Between that and a Trackhawk, no. I think the people, I mean, it's nice, of course. Is the Durango, is it all-wheel drive? Is it rear-wheel drive?
Yeah,
No.
I think it's got different. No, it's got different variations.
Yeah, okay.
You can get
I thought there was a rear-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive as well.
Yeah, it is.
I think there's a lot of people out there that just like the Durango over everything else, just like we. I like Challengers. You guys like Chargers. Some people like the Trackhawks or like the Jeep.
The Grand Cherokee, yeah.
The Grand Cherokee version of things. I think the Durango is like a real small part of it. So that's probably why they're only making it a year. To me, I'd rather have a Trackhawk if I was going to go that route. And I think the Durangos are like even more expensive than a Trackhawk. It's just, I guess, a bigger, more roomy vehicle. So for me.
It's a 9-seater, right?
Nah, 7.
7-seater, I think.
7 or 6, depending on if you have the captain chairs in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know. I take a Trackhawk better. I think I'd have a Trackhawk. Durangos are nice, and I think there's like a small market for that for the people that like the Durango in general. The fact that it's like 1 year they're making it, I think will probably kick back a few more sales. But I think they're only making it for a year just because most people, I could be wrong, most people would rather just have a Trackhawk than a Durango.
I think personally, there's those dads out there that wanted like those 392s. I was one of them. I had a 5.7 Durango. I did get rid of it. But there's those dads that's gonna go out there and buy that. So I think making it, just for that 1 year. I don't know how many they plan on making, but if they make, quite a few, man, it's gonna sell. I think they're gonna sell quite a few, and I think it's gonna appeal to people that needs that 7 seats. You know what I'm saying? Or had that Trackhawk and was like, oh, I got 4 kids or whatever the case is. Now they got that option to say, hey, let me go ahead and get that Durango. I got plenty of seats for my kids, and I can still haul ass down the track or down the street if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So I think it might hold some value. I don't know about the future, man, how long it's gonna really like stand up for, you know what I mean? But I think it's a dope truck, man. I like it.
I try not to be a cynic about things, but I kind of feel like it's like you get a Hellcat and you get a Hellcat and you get a Hellcat and you guys in the back, you get a Hellcat. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's all fine and dandy because the Hellcat is definitely a household name at Dodge. I don't, even though they're making the Hellcat Durango for a year, I don't really see it holding any residual value. I think people are going to get those cars and just dog them to hell, and the resale value is not going to be there. I think it's a tool to keep the hype going as they come out with whatever it is that they're going to come out with. That's supposed to be like, the new transition, like the new body style or something like that. I don't think it's meant to really be like this, like, oh man, the Hellcat Durango. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to be all that. I think it's definitely going to be appealing to, like Paul, like Garage Driven said. Sorry, I said Paul. For like, the 7-seater, the dads that have like the kids in the car and stuff like that, but they still want to, haul ass down the road or haul ass down the track. But like, it's very niche. You know what I mean? It's a very niche like audience that they're applying that to. Like, hey, you like Durangos? Well, here's the Hellcat. Go and get it. But it's not for everybody. So that's how I feel about it.
And you know what? I agree with that. Everything you just said, modern day muscle, man. That's the lines I'm going in. Because even like the Trackhawk, like you see them now a little bit more, but I think it's only because they've been out for a couple of years and people can maybe pick them up for use and things like that. I could see you, man. Like damn, like you could just catch the phone. I continue.
We have to keep
hell?
this in. We have to keep this in.
The Trackhawk wasn't a really big seller when it first came out, and it's because
Yeah.
the people that are buying a Grand Cherokee, like that family, that's like I like a Jeep Grand Cherokee, they could care less that it's a Hellcat motor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just want to go buy a Jeep Cherokee,
Yeah.
and they could care less. So when that family, when that nice little family of 3 or whatever goes to the dealership, right, or 4, a family of 4 goes to the dealership to go buy a Jeep Cherokee because they like it, they're not gonna go, well, we're gonna buy that Jeep Cherokee over there that's literally $30,000 more than this other Jeep Cherokee because it has 700 horsepower. They could care less about that. So I think it's going to be almost the same. Like it's a very, very specific niche, and I think it's going to be the same thing with the Durango, man. Like the normal family that goes out to go buy a Durango because they need that third row seating, like they like the Dodge products, but want the third row seating. Like they're gonna go look at the first. They're gonna look at the regular Durango. Then they're gonna look at the Durango GT. Then they're gonna, which is what, 30 grand, maybe 35 grand, something like that. In that area.
Citadel.
Yeah, then they're gonna go Citadel, you know what I'm saying, Citadel, and then even if they were like, all right, man, I want some kind of like sportiness, okay, SRT, man, you're already getting into what, $60,000. So when they look at the Hellcat, they're gonna be like, why is this truck $85,000? Like what?
And
I think it's more than
it's a
that.
Hellcat motor.
I'm sure the markup is going to be ridiculous too. It's going to put
It's probably going to be 100.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be
85,
100.
80. So the, especially if they go to if a man, if a husband and wife go to the dealership together, the husband's gonna be like, oh baby, that's the Hellcat motor.
And the wife's going to be like,
yeah, wife, for the most part, because there are some women that are into it as well. But for the most part, that wife is gonna be like, we are not spending 100 grand on a Durango when I could get a perfectly good Durango sitting right there for $45,000.
RT.
Like,
Yep.
there's no way. There's no way. I could care less about going, having 700 horsepower and everything else, man. So I don't really see them selling like that because it's just a very, very specific group of people that's going to want to buy that just because it has a Hellcat motor in it. You know what I'm saying?
I got something for you. Here's what I think what's going to convince the wife. But babe, I could pick up the kids from school first.
I think you're gonna lose on that one.
Yeah, like that's not winning. That's not winning your wife.
So
I
you're
could-
going
pick it
to
up
speed
first.
over there to go pick up my kids, and then you're going to speed over. Yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna get the RT.
We're gonna get the
I think you have to build a stronger case than that.
because think about it like this. Up to this point, they had only the SRT, right, which was basically the 392 in the
6.4,
Durango,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 392 in the Durango. How many SRTs do you see on the street? Not very
Not
many.
many.
I've never seen one actually.
Not very many. You know what I'm saying?
I see a bunch of
Honestly,
5.7s.
No, they honestly not that noticeable. Like you really gotta be like, oh, that's an SRT.
Yeah,
Honestly, just that little badge on the fender and the red badge, and
But that's what I'm saying.
maybe the Brembos you might notice. And that's
The
about it.
SRT right now is what you could probably, depending on your options and everything else, the SRT could go for a cool 70, 65 to 70 grand. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your options, right? So again, even right now with just the SRT, people are looking at that, or most, I'm sure spouses are looking at that, and they're like, she or he is like, well, I'm going to pay even 60 grand for an SRT or 65 grand for an SRT when I could just get an RT. It looks the same. It's whatever this and that, and I could, you know what I'm saying? I could pay up freaking 45 grand. I'm cool with that.
And the other day, I did get a little excited. I was, on the exit ramp, off the highway by my house, and I had my windows down. I heard, it's like there was a truck. I didn't know it was a truck at first. I heard it was a 392 gearing down. Like I'm like, damn! I turned and looked. It was a freaking Durango, and I got a little excited. I was like, yo, I'm a Durango lover. I ain't gonna front. And just the way it sounded, I was like, yo, that is dope. And I didn't even know like the transmission was that aggressive. It's honestly no different than what we drive.
the same thing.
Yeah. And that thing got,
Just more seats.
the way the exhaust sounded, everything. I was like, man, he must have had the, maybe the resonators or whatever removed, the mid muffler done or whatever it is. And that thing was sweet, bro. So
Yeah,
I mean,
you definitely gonna be different. You're definitely gonna be different if you get one.
Yeah.
SRT. You're gonna be a different, but it's like I said, you're gonna be one of many. I mean,
Yeah,
one. You know, you're gonna be one person. You know, out of the crowd that might get one and go buy one.
hey, they better make like 3,000 and call it a day because it's not gonna sell that many.
Well, like I said, the market is gonna be ridiculous. I mean, look at
Yeah.
look at the Hellcat Daytona. You can still find those at the dealership. Everybody thought those were gonna be like
Gone.
they're numbered and this and that. Oh my god, bro! You could
No
go
one
to a
cares.
dealership right now
No.
and you can still find one.
Oh yeah,
No
all
one
day.
cares.
I think
Only
got spider
500
web.
made.
It's got spider webs by the tires and shit because it ain't moving. It's just sitting.
Only
It's
500,
just sitting there
500
collecting
think about it,
dust.
guys. Think about it, guys. 501 made, right, for the entire fleet. And out of all the dealerships in the country, you can still go to your random dealership and you're going to find one or two.
Yep.
So
But yeah,
That's because
Yeah.
anniversary stuff. I mean, most people don't care about, like the 50th anniversary stuff and all that. Most people just don't. It doesn't add any
To
value.
me, I think
Mhm.
that is doing better. The 50th anniversary edition Shaker, I think
Should
that's
be.
doing better than the Hellcat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
man.
right now,
So,
and anywhere you look in the streets right now, you see a regular wide body Charger Hellcat running up and down. Like, so it's like, why am I not seeing Daytonas? But when I go to the
Same thing.
dealership, though, there's one on the showroom floor.
they're there. And the sales guy's still like, oh, I'm going to get the full thing for this one. Like, bro, this
Yeah.
thing has been sitting here for 8 months.
Man,
Like,
you
you
about
still
to
worried
sit
about
there. You about to sit there and lose your
Mark,
mind.
everybody's been crying for the same thing for the last couple of years. Like, come on, like give us something different. Because all they're doing is just putting Hellcat motors in everything and calling it done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, please give us something else that we can actually be excited about. But it is what it is, man. Neither here nor there. We're not the experts. We'll see what they come out with. You know what I'm saying? Big time shout out one more time again, man, to another big YouTuber, Mod to Fame. Came down to Orlando, actually, to be more specific, Orlando,
Yep.
Florida, and did some work with actually another guy, Hellstorm SRT, who has a red eye. If y'all don't know.